I've done a lot of my decluttering over the past day or so. I still have like little touches here and there that I want to try to see if I can improve or if there's anything that I can get rid of. I am actually in the process of trying to sell a few things, but we'll just kind of see how that goes. But I have definitely gotten rid of a few things, and I kind of thought that it would be a little harder. So it's cool that I'm actually sort of trying to get back into the groove of decluttering a little more this time. But once I'm fully done with this, which should be pretty soon, I think that it's really time to start zoning in on my habits and what I can do to pretty much improve my discipline and just slowly knock off bad habits and things that are just weighing me down and not helping me to become the person that I'm trying to be. So I think the one that I'm having a really hard time with is my coffee. And I know that's kind of one of the first ones that need to go, not only because I think it's in a way sort of the easiest thing because it's not like a need. It's not like, oh, I ate food. I don't need to drink coffee. It's just hard because I am addicted to it. So that does need to be, I think, one of the first things that goes maybe over the span of a few days, maybe over the span of a week. But that's the thing is I know this is a long game, and I know that it just matters about my consistency and what I'm doing over time to make my life better. So that's the first. I think maybe I'll try to stick on certain topics and kind of like knock them out one by one. So maybe once I get the coffee thing under control sometime this week, then I can come back to you with my next goal and keep myself accountable, which is the whole point. So, let me know if any of you guys get anxiety from coffee, or if maybe like you are just wanting to improve certain things about yourself. I'm always curious to know what other people are trying to do. Sometimes you can get your best ideas from other people. So, yeah, that's going to kind of be like a thing that I'm focusing on for the week. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a lot of other stuff, but that's sort of going to be like what's in my mind. So, anyway, just kind of getting the day started. It's kind of a late start for me, but let's just sort of get going. So, this is the top of my closet. I don't really think I'm going to change that much because it's sort of as organized as it's going to get. But over here, we have a few things that could be straightened out, and I'm actually thinking about selling these, but we'll see if I do. This area right here has been a constant issue for me. It's really hard to get it organized and keep it organized. I'm not really sure what to do with it, honestly, but that's kind of why I'm doing the decluttering and the organizing, because I am tired of having to deal with this mess. This is the bottom of the closet. This is just a dirty hamper storing toilet paper over here. Have a vacuum that I'm going to try to be selling over there. We've been putting our water bottles in here because we kind of don't know where else to put them. I just have a few bags back there. We're keeping dried beans down here. I also have some coconut water and some paper towels, a step stool, and the clean hamper. So just kind of wanting to organize it in a way that doesn't look so annoying. And then this is my boyfriend's side of the closet. Obviously, I'm not going to be decluttering anything from his side, but I'm hoping he does that soon. And this is my side of the closet. This is kind of what I'm going to be trying to focus on, is getting rid of anything. I did go through a lot of this yesterday, just sort of like skimming like this. and I didn't see anything that I wanted to get rid of, but I also know the more that you do it, the higher your chances of getting rid of things. So we're gonna do it again. Here, it's like where I keep the silverware and like just stuff for cooking. Obviously, a lot of the silverware is in the dishwasher. It just gets very unorganized very quickly. So I'm gonna be going through there and trying to organize. And this is the top part of that, which is extremely unorganized. So I would like to deal with that. So I'm about to get started on some of my decluttering and organizing. Wish me luck, because the clothes is the part that I'm most worried about. I really hope I can get rid of some clothes, because that's always the hardest part for me. Why am I always procrastinating? And why does that not sound like a real word? So this is the crawl space. This is our only storage that's not like in our place. So right here we have 2 bags of clothes. One bag is my boyfriend's, one bag is mine. I don't think I'm gonna be doing anything with that, because that's literally the only clothes that we have in bags, and I used to literally have probably like 20-30 bags of clothes that I'd gotten rid of. Over here we have just like a toy box from like old toys, our cat carrier. I have a bag here with like fall decorations. Everything here I'm keeping because I already went through it when I took down the fall decorations. And then this whole box here is Christmas decorations. I already went through that literally like less than a month ago. Here we have, it's like sentimental stuff. It's kind of just like old photo books, like kind of like random papers, but that is my only sentimental box. So I'm cool with that. Well, this is kind of sentimental, I guess. Underneath, it's mainly like crystal from like grandparents and my mom and stuff. I can't really see, but I know I did go through it summer recently. And I only have like 3-ish tubs. And then over here is something I want to sell. And then our Christmas tree. And that's it, actually. So yeah, from that briefcase to the bags over here, that's literally all our storage, and I'm fine with the way it is right now because I don't want to get rid of any of this. As far as storage goes, it's not crazy. So right now, this is our front door situation. It's been snowing outside, so that's why we have this very messy shoe situation to put our like shoes on the towel because it's been snowing. And then this is our shoe rack. I definitely am not a fan of the setup, but it works for now until we find something different. But this needs to be organized, and this is probably the first thing I'm going to do because it's the easiest. So this is the shoe rack now with all the shoes on it other than the slippers. Like I said, it's nothing special, but just need to keep the shoes on the rack and not over here. So this is what I was able to get done. I did get rid of a few, I think like 3 or 4 shirts and then a pair of leggings. I got things a little more put together, but it's not like a huge transformation or anything. I think that, you know, over time it will be much easier to get rid of things, but for now it is a struggle because, you know, before you lose weight, it is hard to get rid of the things that you have. But I know eventually I'll be able to get rid of a lot of things that I'm keeping just because they fit me or whatever. But yeah, so I did what I could, and it's okay for now. And then up here as well. So I'm happy with that. It's way better than it was, so cool. I'm gonna go through this book area to see if there's any books I want to get rid of, but I don't really think there's going to be, but it doesn't hurt to try. Hello. So I'm pretty much done for the night. I did really all of the decluttering and organizing that I can do at the moment. Um, Other than that, it was just an all in all like decently productive day. I don't really feel like there's too much more I could have done today. But as for the decluttering and the organizing, that is kind of gonna be it for a little bit. I always return to it, but I don't push myself beyond a couple days usually, because 2 days is kind of enough time to know what you're going to get rid of, especially when you have as small of a place as we do. You know, things aren't really hidden necessarily, and we do see most of what we have. But, you know, every time I do this, every time I revisit it, I always get rid of more. And, you know, I'm always just willing to part with things that maybe a few months earlier I thought there was no way that I was going to get rid of. So I'm happy with the progress. And now, after the decluttering is done, I'm just going to be moving on to other goals. Sort of keeping like a goal in mind a week, a small one, pretty much to start with. Like I said earlier, like going to be focusing on the coffee thing, and then just slowly getting healthier and healthier, trying to start working out again. I was working out really decently like a month or two ago, and I got sick with the flu and it really messed me up. So I'm just trying to get back to like a baseline with that right now, and it's really hard to do that, but that's why we're setting goals. So anyway, I'm gonna be going to sleep pretty soon, and I will see you guys really soon. Good night.